now time to do a little urban hiking. To begin the day, I'll perk myself up from some coffee at the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. Other than actually growing it, the entire process of making coffee is done here. Here, fresh beans are roasted and pulverized, loaded and scooped, brewed and enjoyed. This would be the equivalent of eating fresh bread at a bakery or bacon in a butcher shop. The aromas are intense. It's part art gallery, part restaurant. High-quality farm-to-filter craft coffee, this is where even the most experienced elitist hipster coffee snob could walk away with a caffeine buzz and a smug sense of accomplishment.
I mean, every day is that first sip of coffee. The first one's always the best one, but then when it's made in front of you and everything in such a weird, sciencey way, it's pretty cool.
I'm on my way to Pike Place Market, which is one of the oldest farmers' markets in the United States and Seattle's most popular tourist destination. 10 million people visit the market every year, making it one of the top 40 tourist attractions in the world. The market has its beginnings in early Seattle history. If you remember back in episode 6, the Northern Pacific Railway was completed after repeated attacks and delays by the Lakota warriors under Sitting Bull. After the Great Sioux War and Sitting Bull's exodus, the railroad was free to be completed unhampered by native attacks, and the first train passed through to the Puget Sound on May 18, 1888. This was the beginning of the end of Portland's dominance in the Pacific Northwest. The deep Puget Sound could handle larger ocean-faring vessels, and Seattle began to grow in population rapidly. From 1890 to 1900, Seattle doubled, growing from 42,000 to 80,000 citizens. To meet this demand, fishermen and farmers would sell their fish, fruit, dairy, vegetables, and meat to wholesalers. These wholesalers, or grocery stores, were more or less middlemen. They would take the products from the farmers and fishermen and sell them to the growing population of Seattle. This wasn't a good deal for the farmers. They would sometimes profit, but would break even or even lose money, more and more often as the years went by. Finally, in 1906, the price of produce got so high that it set both farmers and citizens of Seattle in an uproar over rising costs. In 1907, a city councilman by the name of Thomas Revell proposed setting aside a space for a public market where farmers could sell directly to the growing population of Seattle. By cutting out the middleman, farmers made more profit on their products and the prices for consumers dropped. The market's mission and founding goal is the same now as it was then. Pike Place Market allows consumers to meet the producer. Every salesman that works here stands proudly in front of the fruits of their own labor.
The fish throwing, there's really nothing to it, honestly. Every time that you see anything that has to do with Seattle, you're going to get the fish throwing. I don't know why they do the fish throwing, but I asked. And they said, honestly, because it's so packed in here, because of the throngs of people that come down here for the market, that throwing the fish is just the easiest way to get them from the place where they're chilled to where they wrap them up for sale. So we had to wait around until somebody had actually ordered something, and then they just chant it, throw it, and it's a huge spectacle. There's really nothing to it. Don't overthink it. It's just something that they do. There are 2 ferries that leave out of Seattle that's on like the public ferry system out of Seattle. One goes to Bainbridge, which is cheaper, shorter, but not as beautiful. And then there's one to Bremerton, which is an hour one way. I don't think I have time for it. It's a bright sunny day here in Seattle too, which is very uncommon. So I'm definitely taking that in stride. I'm loving every second of this. It is really nice to be traveling solo. If you want to go somewhere, you just do it. And yeah, there's a lot of freedom with it, which I've never really done. I mean, I've never gone out of my way to be a solo traveler before, so it's really cool. It's intimidating at first, and you might be scared out of doing it, but I would definitely suggest it.